Hey, what's up guys? Today we will be trying out a game called Young Hearts. Correctly, it is a visual novel. So, yeah. So, tell me, is there nothing better than this bag? It's so white that it glows in the dark. You can see it from a kilometer away. May, Central Siberia, okay. Prologue. The search begins tomorrow. I have no other. You could have asked me. You already help us so much. So you have to make it harder for everyone, huh? I don't think a simple bag would hurt. You're kinda too stressed. Do you have any idea why? Come on, man. We planned everything 5 steps ahead. As if this would immediately protect us from risk. We are waiting for Yuzhnogorsk here, remember? And it's like you're trying to expose us. Sorry. Never mind. We'll get through this, I hope. It's freezing cold in the morning. I should have dressed warmer. Is it me, or did someone just say they needed a dose of warming hugs? I blushed and turned away, waving my hand. Take your Yuzhnogorsk and hug him when he comes. No, you're definitely not yourself today. Yes, I am a hell of a lot nervous. If only Sasha could hear you now. Yeah. You're making a big deal out of it again. Calm your nerves and everything will be fine. Yes, something like that. Well. I rubbed my palms together and looked around. Yes, it's not for nothing that all the graffiti artists are out just before dawn. When there's not a soul and not a sound, Chris and I were sitting by the back garage, leaning against a dusty wall covered in old, faded acid graffiti. I see you didn't waste any time yesterday. I nodded towards the house where I could see Chris' tag. We had to leave a sign one last time. Thank you, for it's not Sonyok and Chris were here. You're so grumpy today. What time is it? And where the hell is Yuzhnogorsk? It's 3 AM. We still have plenty of time. But I told you, it was better to get ready earlier. Let's hope he's okay. Shh. You hear that? Come on, it's me, just relax. What took you so long? I couldn't leave without Bondi. With these words, he finally took a cigarette out of his pocket and lit it, causing even Chris, who was used to all his antics, to drop his jaw. Are you serious? Do you take me for an idiot? I and Chris nodded together. I'll take that as a compliment. I had to take some from my dad's stash. But you said... That's the special case. And he also almost broke my girl the other day, so it's all fair. Sasha gently patted the side of the guitar bag hanging on his bag. Alright, follow me. I left our bag of stuff by the garages. I waved my hand in the direction of our path around the corner of the house and cast an annoyed glance at the cigarette in Yuzhnogorsk's hand. Max, seriously, this is the last one, I told you. As we begin the new life, I must say goodbye to the old. And what's the difference? The smoke stinks all over the yard. Do you want people to notice us? If they do, you're done running. Yuzhnogorsk pretended to be sad. Come on, I'm almost done. As soon as we stepped away from the house, Sasha stomped on his cigarette, turned around, and threw both hands forward with his middle fingers outstretched. "Duck you, old sucker, duck you. You will only see me on TV now, drunkard. And hopefully not in the crime news." The boys laughed. "Let's just keep going. Sanya, you yourself has said 1,000 times that we don't have much time. Yeah, let's hurry." Sasha muttered, popping mints into his mouth and tossing a pack of Bondi ST Blues into the nearest bush. We came to the end of the row of garages, where I hid a bag of food and some clothes in a hole near the drain pipe. The most important thing, new SIM cards and train tickets, were with me. If we had been caught running away with them now, who knows how it would have ended. We sat down by the cold concrete wall for a minute. I can only imagine how angry my family will be when they don't find me home in the morning. "Well, shall we go down to their tracks and follow them all the way to the train station?" "Are you kidding? They definitely notice us. This place is too open." "So what?" "We're not 18. If we meet patrols, we can't run away. They have dogs, after all." "Come on, man. We're just regular teenagers out for an early morning walk. Why are you so paranoid all of a sudden?" Here we go again, an old song. "This is no time to be careless, man." I raised my voice and immediately looked around. "Look, Sash, let's take this seriously. The stakes are too high, you know? Don't you really care?" Young Gov thought for a moment, then lowered his eyes. The guitar in the bag on his back tingled, softly in tune with its embarrassed owner. "Yeah, I'm really stubborn jerk. My shitty father's son." "Hey, come on. It's okay. You're okay too. Don't worry about it." Chris whispered softly and touched Sasha's shoulder. "How shall we go?" "We'll make our way through the streets next to the tracks and then cross the railroad right next to the train station. It would be easier to escape there, and no one patrols those streets." "Got it. So shall we?" Chris nodded and we stood up and hurried along the path that followed the fence through the grove. Young Hearts presents a game called Young Hearts. So, it dawned. The first rays of sunlight slowly illuminated the platform, the clock on which showed 15 minutes past 5. Young bloods free something. On the other side of the tracks, an old red car that had been there for a long time, a huge piece of acid-colored graffiti. "Young bloods run free forever," shone brightly in the morning sun. A week ago, the same early morning, we left it there. It was Sasha and Chris, young blood duets, farewell gift to their hometown. I could hardly believe that these two were really leaving. So only they are leaving? Max isn't leaving? Is that the case? I don't really get it then. "Hey, Max, what do you think?" Chris turned to me, breaking the silence of the platform where there was no one but us. "Huh? Do you think we will be able to find him?" I don't even know." I answered honestly and left. That's crazy. To go to a strange town and look for someone you don't know by sight or name. But then again, what's gonna stop you? You're such a killjoy. There are only a few theaters in each town and we'll find him in one of them. And then it's just a matter of few things. New place, new job, new people. And finally, a little freedom. Blood I've finished for him. Incomparable jerks. I laughed softly. Do you think they will welcome you so easily? Don't you believe it? Sasha smiled and adjusted his cap. We are 15 and a lot of people in this shitty village already knows us. Surely we can surprise one more person. Probably. After all, not even all the seniors had as much stage experience as we did. So it's not just an overnight escape, you know? I know. I grimaced. No matter what, I didn't want them to leave. So, what's his name? Do you know? No idea. We must ask directly which of them is that, master of the given circumstances. But if this man can truly lead us out of the quagmire we're in, I'm willing to follow him to the ends of the earth. All I hope for it is to go out in another town, on another stage, on a bigger stage. If that doesn't happen, you can think of me as dead. Yeah. We sat in silence for a while. Until the sound of an approaching train could be heard in the distance. That was a strange sound. This is ours. Don't get bored without us. Oh, I won't forget you for a long time, that's for sure. My participation in the search for you in the next few days is certainty. Got you. Christopher couldn't think of anything to add, so he was silent for a moment. Thank you for everything you have done for us. For me, personally. He almost whispered, blushing. You know, offstage revelations are hard for me. I don't think I'm quite ready to go yet. You'll never be ready. It's time. You'll be fine, Chris. I think you will. And with eyes gleaming with farewell, Chris threw himself around my neck. He hugged me tightly, his nose on my shoulder. I could not believe that this sentimental child had so easily found the strength to run away from his parents' home into the unknown. I'll miss you, Max. No one is saying we won't see each other again. Trying to calm him down, I patted him on the back. We will definitely see each other again. The main thing is to start a new life right away. That's true. Chris stood there for a while, hugging me tightly. Then he chuckled awkwardly and finally let me go. You know, the train won't be here for long. He paused for a moment, clearing his throat. We gotta go. Duck or past. Everything except you. See you, Max. Thanks for your help. You're welcome. Glad I could help. It was a pleasure to be with you both. One day we will meet again. And there will be no more running. Everything will be better, dear. I hope so. Say hello to Dasha. I hope things work out between you and her. He winked at me. We'll see what happens. No promises. I mumbled awkwardly. You will work it out on your own, I guess. And now, farewell. Bye, Max. Sasha, Chris, bye, guys. See you soon. They quickly boarded the empty carriage and took a window seat right in front of me. Sasha grinned mischievously and waved goodbye. Meanwhile, Chris threw his bags on the shelves. A minute later, the train finally closed the doors and began to move slowly. Something suddenly clicked in my head, and I ran after it on the platform, waving one hand and wiping my eyes with the other. The train picked up speed, and now the poison green blot on the far car was again clearly visible in the morning sunlight. Chris, Sasha. Changed trains in Cray, then a few more cities, and only after that, an express train to the south. If I only knew how many years I would miss you when your numbers suddenly became unavailable and no one would tell me where to find you. If only I could have imagined that one day I would call you the ghosts of my youth. Well, if there was one thing Maxim Anisimov was famous for, aside from his ability to cram and his love of going everywhere with his giant headphones, it was his stubbornness. The destination on Sasha and Chris' tickets was Yuzhnogorsk, a pretty little town hidden among the endless hills and mountains in the south of the country, where the snowy winter lasts no more than a week and the summer shines for 6 months. Even though it was a small town, 300,000 people, definitely not a megapolis, it was easy to find many laudatory articles about the local Yuzhnogorsk Federal University on the internet. What luck for a high school graduate. Two years have passed, still the same station, still the same tracks. Okay, that's definitely in Russian, I guess. An express train pounded its wheels on the Trans-Siberian, taking me to a new life. To a place on the banks of a quiet river where I hope to find my childhood friends. Young hearts, again, for the third time we could say so. Wait, that's it? Writing, character design, sprites, G-Merc. What? Seriously? That basically looked like an introduction to me. Is that seriously it? Or is it like a further introduction? Well, who created the game, etc. Alpha test proofreading? Seriously. If that's it, wow, then it's very short game. And well, it just looks like an introduction. Oh no, never mind, so it's not over yet. Okay, so but then I'm not gonna continue this game further on. As a visual novel game, I guess it's quite okay, well made. The expressions were on point. I guess it's a Russian-made game, since well there was a Russian soundtrack, and then the name Sasha, well it's Russian, and the city Yuzhnogorsk or whatever it was called, that sounds Russian. Well, of course it could be Ukrainian as well. I can't recognize those two languages apart, so not sure. I do not know that. So yeah, but that will be it. So I guess if you do like such visual novel games, this game might be okay for you. I have played visual novel games in the past as well, So other ones get me entertained, I could say so, and I get hooked a little bit on them. But I didn't get such feeling from this one since it was a little bit, I don't know, more or less like a dramatic story, some kind of a story of, well, three friends. So yeah, nothing too interesting for me at least. So, but if you did like it, well, you can definitely proceed and try it further out. So that will be it from me, and goodbye.